Okay, Missy, Prissy, this is Matthew here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription lenses for your Versace. In fact, let's see, it is a Versace. You get all the accoutrements. You get the Versace box, the Versace case, the Versace cleaning cloth, the card of authenticity, and a little bit of junk mail from Versace, because you just don't get enough in your regular mailbox. I'm going to set that down for now. This is the Versace model number 3170B, color GB1 and a 54. Ladies out there, if you like the bling, the black and platinum, this is the frame. Great, great classic geek chic look with not just a little touch of class, a whole lot of class on the side. Versace is always going to bring the bling. So I'm going to pop out your original lenses that Versace puts in there, the cheap plastic ones. And I'm going to put your Italian frame into my Italian edger. It is a Santinelli LE1000 patternless edger, which is used to cut your high quality lenses, because here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, everybody loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy the frame, you get free prescription lenses. All you're paying for is the upgrade to the anti-glare. So it has traced the right side of your frame, now it's traced the left side. I'm going to pull up this shape on the computer. Let me get your paperwork. Your pupillary distance is 31.5 in your right eye. Actually the same for your left. I'm going to put the optical center just a little bit below 0. And this is a polycarbonate lens being cut for a plastic frame. So I'm actually going to block up your lenses now. Which here's your lens with the anti-glare coating. I've already found the optical center and I have that marked. I'm just going to put it into my blocker, get everything lined up perfectly on center, and go. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a little block on here which is going to hold it in place while it's cutting. It has a double-sided adhesive sticker. The sticker's already stuck to one side. I'm going to pull it off the other, and there we go. I'm now going to mount it, put the block onto your left lens. Find the optical center, get everything lined up perfectly, and there we go. Now the anti-glare coating, and I'll explain its benefits, but the only drawback to it is that it's a hydrophobic lens, means that it hates water, which is good because you'll never have to use a cleaner again for cleaning your lenses, just the cloth that I provide and Versace does. But it just makes the lens a little bit more slippery while it's cutting, so I put an extra sticker on the back just so it holds it in place in the chuck while it's cutting. Hey Chuck, excuse me, Charles. So Missy, Prissy in Miami, Florida. It is now 8:36 on Tuesday, March 4th. 36 degrees in my hometown of Durham, North Carolina, which I know you've never seen such cold weather before, being in Miami. But we got to keep the ice to rock your ice. We had a little snowstorm today, which is rare for us on the East Coast, but it does happen. So right now it is tracing the shape of your frame onto the lens to make sure it's large enough to cut out. It is tracing the concave side of your lens first, which is closest to your eyelashes, and now it's tracing the convex side of the lens. The actual cutting wheel is down here on the bottom. It is the wheel on the left. It is like a very rough grit sandpaper that's going to grind away most of the polycarb. The wheel in the center with the channel is actually going to put the bevel on the lens so it'll stay inside the bevel of the frame. It will get loud and I'll have to close the door in a moment, but I want you to see your prescription lens strike the cutting wheel. We'll close the door. Now your lenses are an aspheric polycarbonate, which are virtually unbreakable. They are bulletproof up to 22 caliber and have both UVA and UVB protection in them. So it's like permanent sunscreen for your eyes. We know what the sun will do to your skin, especially in Miami. With the sun's harmful rays, well, anything the sun can do to your skin, your eyes are 8 times more sensitive. So you now have permanent sunscreen for your eyes whenever you are wearing this. This is the Versace, made in Italy. Hopefully you can see that. And it is model number 317B, color GB1, and a 54 eye size with a 16 bridge. You do get the Versace lion head in the center with the row of bling going around it. The frame sells for, I think, $230, and you just pay the upgrade to the anti-glare. That's your only fee. I do free shipping anywhere in the United States. Now, if you notice, your lens is still flat all the way around. It is now going to put the bevel onto it so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. And in just a moment, some water is going to kick in, and look at that timing, and wash away any optical debris, even though it's kind of a wasted effort because I'm going to put even more on there in just a moment. I'm going to close the door for now to keep my $30,000 worth of electronics dry. Make sure none got on the camera lens. And there we go. One more thing I'm going to try and do before I mount your lens into the frame. Take it out of the chuck. I'm going to dry it off so I don't drop this. It's very embarrassing when you drop a lens. It still has a little bit of rough edges, so I'm going to use my hand stone, which is completely flat, just works on friction. I'm going to go around and put a safety bevel on the lens. There's a little bit more Schwarf, which is optical sawdust. I use my thumbnail to scrape that off the edge of the lens. I've done that so much I've worn a V-shaped bevel into my thumbnail. Hopefully my GoPro is good enough to show that. I wipe that onto the counter and then onto the floor. I got to entertain myself, you know. Okay, in order to mount the lens into the frame, I start at the outside corner, tuck it in here first, and then using my thumbs, push down at the nose, and then it snaps right in. I'm going to go and flip this over to cut the left lens and hit the start button. It's going to do the same as it did before. It's going to trace the shape of your frame onto the lens to make sure it's large enough to cut out. This is just a routine operation. If I could override this, I would. Trust me, trust me. Much of my day is spent here looking down into this machine, into the belly of the beast. I'm not complaining. I love this. This is my favorite part of the job. I love it when my patients can stand next to me and watch and ask questions as their lenses get cut. But because you're in Miami, you can't stand here in my lab tonight, so I'm going to do the next best thing and bring my lab to you. Please feel free to share this video with your friends and family so that I can blow up and become famous, just like you, down there in Miami. So as this cuts, I'm going to go ahead and take the block off of your lens. I'm going to dry this off where the moisture is underneath. I'm going to put a dot here to mark your optical center, which I'll have to measure in a moment. I pull the sticker off, and now I'm going to read your prescription. Plano minus a quarter at 148. I spin the axis wheel to 148. Put it in right at your optical center and read. I'm getting Plano no prescription with a minus quarter astigmatism, which is the smallest amount you can have. That one was easy. Since I know I have to measure the left lens next, or neutralize it or verify it, I'm going to spin the axis wheel to 160. Now, 99% of all optical shops do free adjustments if you ask them. If these are too loose or too tight or high on one side, low on the other, just stop by your local shop, tell them that. It should take them about 15 to 30 seconds to them adjust this properly if they know what they are doing. If it takes them more than 30 seconds, run. No, I'm kidding. Just ask for the older person there. Hopefully they have experience. Florida is a licensed state, which means there has to be a licensed optician on duty at every hour, every minute that store is open. There's only 20 states. Mine in North Carolina is one of them. Florida is the other. Very strict laws to make sure that the consumers are very well taken care of. There will be someone there at all hours who know what to do. Just ask for the licensed optician on duty anytime you're in Florida. So the last of the bath is happening. If anyone has any questions out there about what prescription will work in what frames or what frames I have access to, I am slow. The website is coming along very slowly. I'm hoping to have a couple hundred frames on there before long, and then 1,000 after that. I have access to anything from Gucci, Prada, Versace, Ray-Ban, Polo, Dolce & Gabbana, and many, many more. Kate Spade, J-Lo. If there's anything I'm leaving out, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. I'll respond very, very quickly. And I can get anything ordered, any color, any size made. I'm going to dry your lens off again. Put the safety bevel on there. Use my V-shaped thumbnail to scrape all this optical sawdust off the edge of your lens. Wipe it on the floor. As I like to tell people, I went to school for years to learn how to wipe stuff on the floor. Kids trying at home, don't think you can do that on day one. So again, I tuck the lens in at the outside corner. Using my thumbs, I push down at the nose. And actually, it doesn't want to snap in, so let me take this down a little bit more. Your prescription's a little bit higher in the left lens, so it doesn't surprise me that there's a little bit more resistance to go in. So I'm going to take it down a little bit more now. You put this frame into the glass beads and stir it around to heat it up. It makes the plastic more pliable and flexible where I can pop the lens in. I do not like to do that because I am a lab guy. If a lens is put in there and it's too tight, it can cause the frame to roll. Essentially, if this were like a gutter, it would make it turn this way, where your lens would pop out. I only use this for adjusting the temples to make it fit a little bit more snug. I never use it on the front of the lens. I control the quality of the lenses that come out of here. I cut every single lens. I'm not going to send out any inferior product. You can believe that. I will never hear the end of it if I do. The quality control starts and stops with me. That's why everybody loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. And the free lenses you get, not only are they high quality, they're aspheric, meaning that they're not spherical. Spherical lenses are very round and bulge outward and give you that fishbowl appearance. You will not get that on mine. Mine are flat. Reducing the curvature makes the cosmetics much better, and it's just a higher quality lens. They are the thinner, lighter weight, unbreakable, bulletproof, up to 22 caliber, and have both UVA and UVB protection. I know I'm repeating myself, but I can't say that enough. Everyone starts online, my competitors, with the less expensive plastic lenses that they charge you for and then make you upgrade to the thinner, lighter weight polycarb, and then they want to charge you to get the aspheric lens on top of that. This is where I start, the aspheric polycarb, and I go up from there. So again, I tuck it in at the outside corner, and using my thumbs, I push down at the nose, and it snaps in that time. I'm going to take this block off, dry it off again, dot up the optical center, because when I remove that sticker, so will that spot. Put that on the front. Now, your pupillary distance is 63. If I hold this up and take my PD stick, put it on one side, and measure on the other, you will see this comes to 63 millimeters. That's one way you can verify this is made correctly. The second way is for me to use my Marco 101 lensometer. Put that in there. I've already spun the axis wheel to 160. Your prescription is minus 50, minus a quarter. I'm getting minus 50 here. Rotate it just the smallest amount, minus a quarter of astigmatism. I am going to use my optical grade acetone. Remove the red dots from your lenses. In fact, I'm just curious about the optical center. Yep, perfect. Clean that off. And then the last thing I'm going to do before shipping to you, your free shipping, is make sure the frame is in standard alignment, meaning I'm going to put it in a 3-point stance. The 3 points are the end of each temple, and the bottom of the frame counts as 1. 1, 2, 3. So I put it on the counter, I put my thumbs down on each side, make sure there is no wobble, I flip it over, do the same thing again. That's in standard alignment. Make sure each hinge crosses each other perfectly and there's the same amount of tension on both sides. That it is. I'm just going to get this wrapped up, shipped to you. Free shipping, of course, anywhere in the continental U.S. And Prissy Missy, or is it Missy Prissy? You know, that was 15 minutes ago. I just can't remember. But anyway, I really appreciate it. You could have bought these banging Versaces from anyone, but you had to buy them from the guy who's going to give you free prescriptions. Well played, I must say. So I hope this has been entertaining, watching your prescription glasses being made. If anyone has any questions, email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. And Missy Prissy, I hope you enjoyed seeing me bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.